Hey, happy Thursday! I'm Clover Thursday, and welcome back to my channel. Today is some mega drawing. It's quite a few little drawings in this one, and believe me, I tried cutting and condensing the speed paint down into a palatable 15-minute video. But honestly, this idea has been kicking around in my head for a while now, and I'm just really glad I finally got to sit down and finish it. It can be really hard to go back and finish sketches. I always have so many pencil or pen or marker or whatever the heck I can get my hands on sketches, filling up my sketchbooks, and sometimes it'll just be like a year or even more before I go back and go, "Oh, yeah, that was pretty dope. Let's finish this." Sometimes it's time, or sometimes it's just forgetfulness, or just both, you know. I also find sometimes you'll have a great idea, but maybe just you're not sure how to visually resolve it. And, coming back to it later, even a while later, you might have a better handle on how you want to go about it or how you want to finish it. That's what sketchbooks are for. They're for kind of keeping ideas down, almost visual diaries sometimes for some people. Means of expressing themselves. Your sketchbook is sort of however you want it to be, right? One more side note before I actually talk about the drawing I'm doing now. I've gotten into the habit of dating my sketchbooks, not romantically, but with the date, year, month, or whatever. But I just kind of do it as a frame of reference of just when I started and to kind of see my own progress. I also like decorating the covers just so I can kind of tell them apart and they're very distinguishable, and because it's fun. I usually use some the basic ones you get at the art supply store, and they're usually the hard black cover, and when you have a bunch of them, they all look the same. So yeah. Anyways, back to the drawing. I decided just to keep everything in one massive Photoshop file, just because I don't like to have 6 different files kicking around. I did that with the mushroom speed paint sticker set too, which I'll leave a link to that video somewhere if you want to see more sticker designs and my rants about that. I think for me it's just better for organization, and yeah, that's why I do it. Maybe it's not the best way, but that's how I like to keep my sticker sets together. And we're doing lots of inking today. Going kind of with a first pass before I later get into the more heavy blacks, because you know me, I love me a thick line and a heavy black. I feel like there's some kind of clever joke in there deep down somewhere, but I just can't think of it, so meh. The funny thing is, I do go back and change the shape of that bandana, because I did this amount of work in a couple sittings, just because I have a day job and I usually do sort of all my illustration work in the butts o'clock in the dead of night, or on the weekend, but mostly butts o'clock in the dead of night. So, at first, I did it and I was like, this looks fine. And then I think I was on Discord with my friend, and I was just sort of inadvertently streaming, I guess, and it was just no, that looks weird. And I was like, you know what, that does look weird. And it's funny, a few of these are inspired by some articles of clothing that I do own, or that I've seen around on the internet. Oh, this is actually, we're getting into one of my personal favorite stickers out of this little sticker set I'm doing, the trash but cute sticker. I was so determined to make a garbage can Kawaii AF, so that's what happened. I identify with a lot of these stickers on a very personal level. But yeah, I wanted to do the sticker set for a while. If anyone can guess, I am a lover of anime, and I have an interest in Japanese fashion, especially a bit of that Harajuku kind of vibe. Although it originated in Japan, Harajuku fashion is awesome to see, and it's so fun, and it's shown up on so many different folks, expressing themselves worldwide, and I think that's just really cool. I personally don't dress hardcore Harajuku or Decora all the time. I I wear a lot of jean jackets. I wear a lot of oversized clothes. But yeah, I recommend looking up some really cool, like, Japanese fashion, Japanese street fashion. Like, it's just a really interesting thing. They have so many different kind of trends and styles that are going on. So yeah, again, I'm going back to like what I mentioned before of just getting in those really heavy blacks. And I find with stickers, because it is going to be a smaller size, I personally, just the way I work, I like to have kind of dark black bolder shapes in it. I feel like it just reads better for me. I really wish sometimes I could do like that really like delicate, like feather light, very sensitive line I see, a lot of artists do, and I really, really love it. But, it's just something I don't really do. And that's okay. I mean, you can absolutely admire a style and just not do it or have an interest in doing it yourself, but you can still appreciate someone else's thing. Like, I even really admire sort of like that very realistic approach to like creating images, like that looks very realistic, that style, but I would like never do that. And it's fine. Like, I personally don't really see the world all that unrealistically. What do I mean by that? Well, who knows? But so it's not something I would do, and I would pull out all of my hair to do, but I love looking at it, and I love trying to interpret it. Now we're starting to get into the coloring, and I paid extra special attention to sort of the colors I was using, because I really wanted this kind of soft punk kind of feel. Like, it's a little pastel-y, but not too pastel-y, you know what I mean? And I wanted to kind of be able to kind of use similar enough colors for each sticker, so it really does kind of read as a set, even though I've been selling them kind of individually. Again, I mentioned this in my mushroom video, just sort of cheaper peel-in sticks that like we have in a bin and people can kind of choose whatever. And initially we did think about putting them actually in sets, but I think we found that people liked being able to pick exactly what they want. But if one day I kind of invest in sticker sheets or something, this would absolutely be the best sticker sheet. Like, Kawaii Punk sticker sheet, absolutely, one day. But yeah, that's sort of the nice thing about just making kind of cheaper peel-in sticks and figuring that out yourself. Because you can kind of test out these designs that are kind of close to your heart, or that you kind of want to be on all your own shit, and you can go from there. But again, yeah, I wanted to keep all the colors fairly similar so it all reads as a set. And I was adjusting some things. I did do some research on Adobe Color because I'm really starting to try and use that and break out of the habit of just putting really bold, obnoxious colors on things. But yeah, I think I did pretty good. Like I said, this took a while, a couple days of going kind of back and forth. So how I'm organizing my layers. So every single element, every single sticker is separated into its own folder. So the line art is in there, and its color, all its colors are in there. And I just, again, that was just a way of organizing everything. I could have broke it all down by layers with color, but that just sounds confusing and makes my head hurt just thinking about it. So, and also I have really dumb names for it. I think this one was like Kitty Bandit or something, or Kitty Bandana. So there was a lot of layers in this, but it's just how I like to organize it, because at least all those layers are in one file and not in 6 on my computer. Yeah, actually, sort of talking about me being like a fan of anime, like, I feel like to this day that super influences my work. And I think there is nothing wrong with that. If you want to draw weeb shit, you should draw weeb shit. A lot of people like it. But it was also really fun to do some typography, kind of. I don't get to do that too often, and I was just like, I keep drawing characters and people, and I wanted to kind of break away from that and do some other things. So with the trash is cute and Desu bitch, or Desu B, not that word, it's super totally censored, perfectly fine. I wanted to kind of, yeah, get back into kind of designing more abstracted things and less figures, and always trying to do other things. Like, I think I've gone on, I wouldn't say rants, but I've definitely talked about not being stuck on characters all the time, just because there's so many other things. There's people will commission you for other things besides a character standing perfectly forward in the most ideal position. So it's good to just sort of stretch your legs out. Yeah, and I'm very happy with the with Desu. For the yellow, I'm actually going in and making it a big blob because for printing, I want to leave that bleed because I hand cut out the shape. I want to give lots of room so there's no white showing. So you'll see me do this with this one. I'll put like a big square of the purple, so when I'm cutting it out, I won't have to worry about white. And that's why bleed is super important. It's very important. Always put bleed on your artwork. You'll thank yourself later, and the printers that work with you will not yell at you. And also playing around, I wanted that light color, but I still wanted it to be readable. Again, these are fairly smaller. Actually, I initially printed that one a little too big, but most of these are about 2.5 to 3 inches tall, like, or its longest dimension. So yeah, readability was a huge thing. So I spent some extra care on trying to make sure Trash But Cute was as clear, but also as adorable as possible. But yes, I worked very hard to make that garbage can as cute as possible. That'll do it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for sticking to the end. Give this video a like if you thought it was neat. Let me know if you'd rock some Harajuku fashion down below, or at least some of these stickers on your stuff down in the comments. And if you like this video and would like to see more, feel free to subscribe and hit that bell to be foretold of a new video. But also spoilers, I have a new video up every Thursday, so there's that. My links to all my social medias and my shop and my portfolio are down below, and I will attempt to leave one of those on-screen cards to my other sticker making video. And if you have an extra few minutes, check out my Frosting Friends playlist where I turn delicious desserts into delicious people. And if I can't figure that card thing out, those links will also be down below in the description. Anyways, take care guys, and I'll see you next week.